What is up, disc golf fans? Welcome back to the Raymond Seick Memorial 2024, played at Fort Steilacoom Disc Golf Course. This is round 2, played at the Rhododendron course here at Fort Steilacoom. Again, this is round 2. Shout out to tournament directors Ted Colliard and Matt Van Dusen. I am Peter Artman. Joined with me today is Tyler Schrock, another tournament competitor. And we got a lot of good coverage to have here.
Yeah, excited for round 2. We have on the card myself, Chandler Fry, Tim Tenkley, and Isaac Strom. So quite a good mix of folks here. We'll see in a moment here kind of the updated scores. Chandler is going to be leading off this for the day. He had a really nice start in round 1 over at the Northwest course. If you haven't watched that already, pop on over and watch some of that coverage.
Yeah, hot 12 down, and looks like some of you are still in striking range, so looking forward to seeing how this plays out. All right, hole 1, par 3, 326. Here you have the flat fairway, but it curves off to the left, and the big thing you have to worry about here is kind of the ground play. As you'll see through the whole course, it's a short grass, used to be an old golf course. So that's kind of the biggest thing you worry about here is where it lands might not be where it ends up.
Right, yeah, quite a fast screen here and some late trees to try to miss. You want to shoot relatively straight with some kind of late hook on your shot. Up first is Chandler. Looks like he's kind of straightening one out and pushing down, but getting a really big skip. We'll have to see where that ends up. Shots that come in with much speed will kind of make their way down the hill, so we'll see what kind of a look he might have. Next here is Isaac. That one's also kind of getting some ground play. That'll skip, it looks like, to kind of the back edge of the green there, so not down the hill, but just a little past the basket. I'm coming up here, reaching for a photon. I pulled mine a little bit right out of my hand, but it kind of slowed down, hit the brakes, and is kind of curling around. It looks like I'll be just short of the basket, but kind of access the green here. And last tee is Tim.
Oh yeah, talking about that ground play here. Look at this. He where he stopped, man. That would have been. He'd have been looking for a hard par on Northwest.
Yep, Chandler with his putt from deep in circle 2. He just kind of lays out by the basket, gave it a half go there. And here we have kind of Tim coming from kind of the short edge of circle. And the putt comes up a little dry, kind of to start off.
Just a little low.
Here I am with a little bit of a tester putt, maybe about 22, 25 feet, looking a little downhill.
Yeah, good putt.
Good putt, good putt.
One leaked just a little left, but was able to hold on just barely on that basket.
Did you feel any nerves with that hill?
I feel nerves any first putt. I don't think it really matters too much.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Isaac leaves that one a little short. He didn't like the height on it. Right, so after the first hole, I got the lone birdie there. Still a pretty tight grouping. Plenty of round left. This is a course that has a lot of open space, a lot of scoring opportunities. And not to foreshadow too much, but there can also be some pockets of wind and plenty of other challenges here presented around this property.
That'll be exciting. Let's see here. We got hole 2, another par 3, 368. Have a few obstructions as we see here. Little abstract, little power line here you gotta avoid. Kind of ideal is to get in between these two gaps here, but many people will still take it wide and leave themselves a good shot. And also this little shrubbery here can be a very common landing spot, I've been told.
Yeah, for me in my power range, I'm trying to flip something up to kind of hold on the hyzer the whole way. I find this to be a really kind of tricky angle to get all the way there. Getting a look, I feel like, is a pretty good accomplishment. Yeah. I'm coming up just a little short, a little early. This is a tough one, again, for me to get all the way there, but I'll have a look, but definitely some obstructions on the screen.
Yeah, made it work.
Next up is Chandler, grabbing an Emperor here.
The Lone Emperor. Ooh, some good skip action. Looks like he's about pretty close where you are.
Yeah, he's got quite a bit of arm speed. I think players that can put it out to 400, 450 or so shouldn't have much of an issue kind of getting a hyzer the whole way there. This one's looking really good, but as you can see, that basket kind of being raised a little bit, kind of at the back, and also being protected really heavily short and left. A lot of people are kind of missing a little bit down the right side here. Great power here from Tim.
Yeah. Looks like all of you are got to look for birdie.
Yeah, yep, a tough hole to park. I know this gets hit every now and again. People get the birdie, but I think these edge of circle looks are relatively common on a hole like this one.
Chandler coming from outside. Oh, just a little low.
Yeah, just catching some rim on the way in. As you can kind of see from my awkward stance here, I have a really awkward look. I'm trying to like do kind of a nose up spin putt kind of through and under some of these branches here. So just taking my time, trying to find a line or an angle that made sense.
No.
And was, I'll give myself like a C- on that
Good
approach,
roll.
but thankfully it still made its way close to the basket.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, got an open look for Tim. Good run though. He ran it.
Opposite problem with Chandler there, unfortunately. Yeah, 100%. All right, and last hope for the card here is Isaac. He's got a clear look around edge of circle, and just a little low. So, kind of a case of the highs and the lows for the putts so far. Here we have Chandler kind of coming back to clean up.
Pars all around.
All the rest of us will kind of be in bullseye range for the par looks here.
Yeah, that's when you figure you're probably getting a stroke on majority of the field if you birdie this one.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's certainly gettable. Sometimes a helping wind can make that kind of late hook and carry a little bit easier, but kind of a tough shot shape, especially for second throw of the day. All right, now we're on hole number 3. This kind of is split here by this bushy tree that we're going to be flying by here in just a moment. Kind of a natural backhand hyzer. You will see the occasional forehand or other shot shapes as well. And as we're kind of flying over as well to the right of the screen, and as we kind of turn here, we'll see like some flagged OB that really shapes the hole. You can't go deep or too straight, otherwise you'll find yourself out of bounds. And the basket is tucked in just a little bit under some branches, but a relatively open hyzer for the MPO field.
Yeah, it seems like you need a bit of a bigger arm to do the hyzer route when I visited this course. Forehand seems to be a bit of the more safe one, but I think this lead card here should be able to handle that.
Yeah, I'm reaching for the same photon from hole 1. I was able to get it to kind of lift and make its way back late, and fun to see that on video coverage. I did not know that I got it to circle the pin, but that'll be a birdie look for me.
Yeah,
Chandler's kind of following a similar line
oh
here.
no, got caught up. Caught up early.
Yeah, there's quite a few like kind of guardian branches and kind of low-hanging ones that will kind of grab any shot that comes in a little bit too tight.
Whoa, iron branch right there.
Like Isaac contacted another one of those very same branches.
Oh,
There's
no.
Tim coming in a little high and hot. Yeah, I believe unfortunately he's going to be out of bounds. Forced to kind of go back on the fairway a little bit. And here he's going to chip up with the forehand.
Good little nestle.
Gets the job done. Yep.
Chandler from way outside, but still possible. Okay. He'll be taking his par.
Yeah, and from a similar break, from a similar tree branch, Isaac from deep, able to get plenty of power on it, just a little wide there.
Slam dunk.
I think I had the card a little nervous there. I kind of lined those up and just decided to toss it in. It did make kind of the clank noise. It didn't catch chains on the way by, but close enough. I wasn't super worried. Speaking of close, all the rest of the players will be cleaning up their putts here. Chandler from maybe 10, 12 feet. No problem.
Oh yeah, give me range.
So nothing super hot so far. I was able to pick up a couple strokes on Isaac in second, but still a decent spread here on the course, and that moves us on to hole number 3.
Hole number 4. Yeah, hole number 4, par 3, 340. It's pretty much straightforward. Obviously, you just gotta avoid these little trees, otherwise it's pretty straightforward. Tucked in here between these 3 trees here, it's I'd say kind of a must get as far as the course goes. Course gets less forgiving, and you know, you just want to make sure good placement, not giving yourself a bad look for birdie. Let's see what you do here.
Yeah, on this hole I feel like the slight uphill and the slight right break is often what I'm trying to account for. I'm overturning this one a bit too much, but it sort of pans out. I'll have an open look at the basket, but you kind of want to make that last little plateau the basket is on. If you find that in those chips, it really makes the hole pretty easy.
Yeah, Chandler taking it wide here. Yeah, didn't pan out as much as he wanted.
Just dries up a little bit, but he'll have a look from just outside the circle.
Let's see what Isaac can cook up here. Oh, looks like he's finding the similar fate of Chandler, not getting that anhyzer hooked up too much, but still has a look.
And coming up last is Tim. He has a lot of power. Let's see if he can get this one up and online.
Yeah, he does. Oh, little early tree action.
Yeah, just a little too high. Yeah, just a little too high. Actually a decent result for catching kind of an early branch there. So, kind of from deep in circle 2 here, we'll see what he can come up with.
Nice jumper. Just didn't connect.
Unfortunately, dries up a little early. Yeah. So none of us were able to get this hole parked. Let's see if Chandler can make good here from what looks like about maybe 1 disc's width outside of circle 1.
Oh,
it's up. And it's
great
in.
birdie.
Great birdie for Chandler. No jump required.
No jump. Did not need it.
Right, so I am just barely clear of these branches, so I have an open look here, and I think I'm about 1 disc's width inside the circle. So, trying to stay calm and confident and just kind of get it up in the air. Just snuck it over the rim. Felt like a good putt. I didn't know quite if I had the line, but happy to see one fall from that range.
Yeah, no, good putt. Didn't have to worry about that low ceiling too much.
Right, Tim puts his comebacker right down the middle. Isaac's got just a little bit left himself. I feel like kind of the pine straw here makes everything kind of slide as it enters this green. Sometimes that can be your advantage if it's your drive, but putts and approaches can kind of get moving fast.
Yeah, they can get away from you.
All right, Isaac able to make good there.
Keep squaring myself up.
Two birdies, 2 pars there on hole number 4.
Sending out of the way.
So we're kind of entering a little bit more open, a little longer part of the course. What do you think here of hole number 5?
It's very narrow, and so yeah, you have the OB on the left and right. That little power line pole you got to avoid, especially on this sort of short grass. It's definitely a touchy shot where you definitely have to worry about where your disc ends up and not get something too overstable that pushes you OB. It seems straightforward, but watching previous footage, you've seen a lot of people go out of bounds, and can be hard in that way. It looks easy, but that OB really does make it a little stressful for some of the players. Let's see how Chandler does here. Taking it nice and wide.
Yeah, we saw the camera kind of fly down the anhyzer route, and most of these players here, I believe, are going to be taking the hyzer. So Chandler kind of catches a wide branch on that hyzer and gets knocked down. I'm going to take a much kind of lower, a little bit less aggressive approach with a little bit straighter photon out of my bag.
Yeah.
So not really trying to run the basket here, just trying to keep things in bounds.
Yeah, no good setup. Looks like you were reenacting your shot there.
Yep, for sure. Just trying to get the feel of the shot and hit my release points. I know there's a lot of long bombs here coming up.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good look from Isaac. I think, yeah, kind of managing that hyzer and just getting a look at this basket is great. With the OB and, again, some of the conditions, you can kind of see a few branches moving in the background. A little bit of wind can kind of make the course management here a little bit tricky.
Unfortunate hit for Tim. Looks like he had a good rip on that one. But great approach shot.
Yeah. Thankfully, though, if you do keep it in bounds, the 3 is very manageable on this. Even with Chandler kind of catching a tree, he's going to give this putt a run. He's great from distance, so see what he can come up with.
Come on, baby. Oh, close.
Just a little bit too much hyzer. All right, and here I am with an entropy, I kind of call it my circle 3 shot here. Just trying to play a little bit of catch with the basket, kind of lining up, trying to give it a little bit of air time.
Oh.
And catch the pull on the way down. I thought I did everything I wanted to with that one. I was trying to catch chains, but also didn't want much of a comebacker if it did go by. So
yeah, no, that was a good run with a good results. Oh, looks like Isaac still has some work to do here, having to take a knee.
Yeah, Isaac definitely kind of paid the price on this. Let's see if he can make this comebacker.
Oh, nice comeback.
Really nice technical putt there for that par save. Absolutely. Happy to clean up a 3 on this hole. You definitely don't want to give up a stroke. Getting a 2 look is awesome, but the bogey feels like you definitely made a kind of a needless mistake on a hole like this. All right, Chandler here to clean up, and it looks like 2 more tap-ins here. Yeah, rolling right along in this round. What a great course, what a fun course. We're going to get into kind of a mix of some technical holes, some longer holes. Really great design all across this course.
Yeah, looks like good weather too. Not too much wind as of now, but we will see. All right, we got...
Yeah, looking like a nice day here. Now going into hole number 6. This hole you'll kind of see is very open in the first 2/3, and as we'll kind of enter the shadows here, it does slope down ever so slightly. There's some late trees to miss. You'll see some folks kind of throw a bit of a hyzer shot, challenging those trees on the right. Other folks will go with like a mid-range or a slower disc and try to just have it slow down in front of the basket. In the shadows here, you can get a little bit of a slide and positive ground play. Fading out or turning over will take you out of bounds.
Shout out to one of the locals, Danny Copeland. Nice of people to sponsor the hole and give tribute to Danny. He's a good friend of mine.
On this shot here, I'm reaching for a pretty beat up hex, so I like the initial turn, but that late fade has me kind of really close to the out of bounds line. You can kind of see it in my body English there. Not quite sure if I'm going to be in bounds or out of bounds, but should be roughly pin high coming down that left side.
Yeah, it looks like a slight hill, but obviously there's some ground action that can be done when the disc hits the ground here.
Yeah, Chandler improved upon my line a little bit, and now you're seeing the kind of wider hyzer shot from Isaac, and that got really good late push, so I think he should definitely have a look from his spot there. And we'll see what line Tim is going to line up here. Lots of different ways to attack it. It's really just kind of the last 30% of the flight that really dictates how happy you are with the shot.
Good.
The shot is low, but kind of coming in hyzer. And it looks like we're seeing it drift pretty hard left, so we're actually long left of the basket from here. His disc actually tried to make its way about maybe 10 feet behind Isaac, behind Tim right now is a pretty steep drop off. We were able to see his disc stopped there.
Unfortunate miss. He'll be taking the bogey.
Leaving that putt just a little short. All right, so here I am from circle's edge. And again, I didn't love the putt, but able to sneak it over the rim. Yeah, I just took my time. Was thankful to just kind of sneak one in that was about a 50% make-miss option there, just sneaking over.
Yeah, no, great putt. All that counts, it's in.
All right, here's Isaac from his hyzer. Cashes that putt. Great. Really well played hole
Yeah,
there.
executed the hole. Use that ground. Chandler from a gimme range. I knew he had that.
Yeah. Again, really good use of pine straw on this hole. This is kind of the natural features to make this a little bit quick of a green. It certainly impacts quite a few of the holes that we're going to be playing out here. Fortunate bogey for Tim. I know if he got that shot back, yeah, pulling it off to the right a little bit, it's certainly a little bit more forgiving.
Yeah.
Next here to hole 7, the first par 4 of this layout. Talk us through it, Peter.
Yeah, so the first par 4 we're seeing here, yeah, hole 7, 531 feet. You see the casual OB over there was a sand trap for the ball golf course. And yeah, kind of a placement shot. You want to set yourself up to look good and get away from that sand trap. Looks like we got a good drive from you here.
Yeah, I think for the MPO field, it reminds me a little bit of, I believe, like hole 15 from the Northwest course. You can be kind of aggressive with this drive as long as you finish off to the left side. You'll even occasionally see a player with a putt on this hole. Circle 2 look as possible for kind of some of the biggest
Oh,
throwers.
good drive.
Chandler really gets a hold of this one, and he's way down the fairway.
Yeah.
Not a huge power requirement to get a look at birdie, but the eagle, you got to really, really smash on something to get it down there.
Yeah, Chandler smashed that one.
I would put Isaac in the smasher category too, so we'll see how close he can, how far he can make it up the fairway. Isaac's out a little bit.
Yeah. Looking like some birdie looks from you guys. Let's see what Tim can cook up here. Looks like he...
Right, we're seeing him flip over down the right side, but does break left late, so in good position. Lots of distance on that shot still.
Yeah, he's got an arm.
Yeah, the only real danger off the tee is really either skying it or turning something over out of the hand. Anything that hyzers will work pretty well. I'm shortest off the tee here, and I was kind of eyeing the forehand for a while and decided for a backhand. Backhand standstill, a little too much hyzer, kind of coming up short. And I'll have a lot of work to do left on that putt, a lot more than I needed to leave. So a little bit of a mistake on that
Yeah,
shot.
were you worried about the sand?
And now we're gonna have some
sand trap
eagle
on that
putts. Yeah, the sand trap definitely played some tricks. It made me kind of shy away from the forehand. Yeah, and with other players here looking so close with the eagle look. Oh my
Good run
goodness.
from Chandler. He wanted
Yeah,
that.
I'm certainly cheering for their discs to go in, but I'm kind of worried about what I'm gonna have left. They have a little more than a putt, and I have this putt to just get a birdie yet. So yeah, definitely try to play a little catch up here.
Oh man, that caught on. Good birdie.
That one just barely hung on in the corner pocket. Yeah, just got that right strand of chains. Kind of just happened to miss at the right spot and ended up catching. So just got away with one there.
Well, shout out to the baskets because yeah, some of those could have chained out there.
Yeah.
Nice birdie from Tim.
Yeah, these are some nice newer Innova baskets there. And some nice kind of much simpler birdie putts here for the rest of the card. So momentarily here, Chandler will be picking up another stroke here with his birdie. But yeah, our scores are doing pretty well here. Tim's fallen just a little bit off the pace, but the rest of us are off to a fairly nice start here on this rhododendron course with a couple holes to go. On the front nine, at least.
So let's see here. We got hole 8, par 3, 353 feet. Looks like this is, you got the inbounds right here, and there's a little gap where you have an out of bounds, so you either try to lay it up for an easy par, or you run it and try to make it on this island. Can be very tricky again with the ground play. So I think most people with the distance will be able to run it, but some people, if maybe your score hasn't been too well, and we have...
Shout out to our drone there for a moment, Peter. Wow, that one caught me off guard.
Oh man, I love it. Keep that in there. Let's see how you get it on there. Oh,
So
Oh no.
on this shot, I got my distance dialed up. I'm basket high, but my aim point was just way off on that hole. So I'll be putting for my par from just outside the circle from that hazard location there. Definitely a frustrating miss. I knew it right out of my hand.
Okay, so at least not a drop zone.
Here's Chandler swinging it much wider on a better angle.
Yeah, good correction.
Yep, he's able to check up just left side of the basket there. Yeah, this hole, no drop zone in this hole. There's only in play or in the hazard. So I'll be putting it right from where I landed.
And looks like he is, oh, just OB. Oh,
Just barely in the hazard. Yeah.
God, this one's eating them. Okay.
Yeah, this hole, although it's only 350, it plays just slightly uphill. And kind of that early tree kind of pushes your shot out to the right side. It should be a natural hyzer for most players. There's that beautiful kind of natural hyzer sticking it close. So I'm outside there here in the hazard. I let this one go and immediately didn't like it. And I actually heard from my card mates that trickled all the way to circle 2 in the hazard on the other side.
Terrible roll away.
So
good save.
really unfortunate.
Good save from Isaac.
Isaac does exactly what you want to do. Yeah, making that hazard putt to save. I've got some work left though, so here I am coming back from circle 2 on the other side.
Oh no.
So despite a good start and catching up, that's going to be a big number for me here. We'll have to let the other players tap out before I can finish up.
One of those blow up holes. It happens.
It happens so fast. Yeah. Normally my putting isn't overly aggressive, but I definitely paid the price. So here's Chandler for a relatively short birdie look here.
Yeah, good cleanup.
Nice make there. So going into this hole, I had narrowed the gap with Chandler to 3 strokes, and I will be leaving with it here at 7 strokes. So that was kind of a momentary downer, but such an out-of-the-blue experience that I was able to kind of brush it away relatively quickly. It was just kind of a shock to the system and didn't try to think about it too much. And just like that, on to hole 9. So got a little bit of a hyzer here, some obstruction. The tree that is kind of directly in front, there's 2 of them that are incredibly bushy that'll slow down any shot that does not get the exact distance right.
Oh, looks like a nice wide hyzer from Chandler. Taking all that out of the equation. Should be looking good.
Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Yeah, another hole that I think they use the natural features really well here. Those bushy trees, we'll see them here in a minute as we're looking at the green. They present a pretty unique challenge.
Oh, looks like he early release there for Tim.
Yeah, thankfully got knocked down. I've seen discs progress into those trees and the people going in to grab them just pretty much disappear, and it's really tough to punch out. Isaac's up next. He's going a little direct. I can't tell. That maybe looked a little short. We'll have to see if he has a look or not. And after my triple, I've got some work to do. I'm trying to line up a nice kind of outside hyzer shot here.
You said that's in the bushes.
And I was pretty happy. You might hear on the yeah, I was still feeling a little down. I thought I might have come in just a little bit short. So we'll see here on the green which of us are going to be rewarded with the look. You can see just how tough this is. Peter, have you kind of experienced these bushes firsthand before?
You know, I played this course once, and luckily I was on the very wide right side, so luckily not yet. I have not yet, so see how long we can keep that streak alive. Looks like Isaac is in the midst of the last tree here, so I think he'll just be kind of fighting out to give himself a look for par.
Yep, he's in...
Yep.
He's in circle 2, but yeah, no chance at all, just trying to slide it up.
Yeah, about all he can do.
And here's Tim to kind of save his par.
Oh.
Unfortunate miss there. Just a little bit of a comebacker, though, to save bogey. And he makes good on that one. So, I was partially right. I was in those bushes. I actually talked to the car to try to make sure I was getting a safe and clear stance, not holding back branches.
They thought about calling you on it.
It goes. It passes.
Yeah, Chandler I think was just trying to give me a hard time there. We were jawing back and forth the entire round, so I think he was being facetious with his football.
Oh, I'm sure.
Call there. I was trying to be extra
All
cautious.
fun.
Nice putt for Chandler. He had it parked.
And an easy
All
cleanup.
right, so to finish up hole number 9, Chandler and I got the birdies. We have Isaac with the par and Tim with the unfortunate bogey
There
there.
you go.
Yeah, what did you think here through the first half of round number 2, halfway through the event?
It's been interesting, just like I thought. You know, the ground play has been interesting with the whole layout. Definitely different from Northwest. Yeah, I mean, it's some holes that seem very straightforward have presented some challenges, and you know, it's let's see some nice little putt here, baby. There we go. Some nice action. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what other mysterious action we have on the back 9.
I think you like.
Yeah, Chandler keeps chugging along. All of us locals are going to try to give him a bit of a run here in the back half. So we'll see what we can do in the second half of this round and the second half of this tournament. Yeah, super fun time out here at the rhododendron course. Yeah, we're going to see some big rips here, some holes in the 400, 500, 600 foot range coming up just around the corner. So stay tuned for the back 9 coverage. Yeah, thanks for watching Fairway Media.
Yeah, that's pretty much all we got here. Just I'm watching this blindly, so I'm really looking forward to seeing the action you got and what the other card mates have to offer. See you then. Be sure to like and subscribe. Be sure to check out fairwaymedia.golf.
Like and subscribe.